hold back just a little bit here and give it a little of gas. There she goes. She's got some power, not crazy, but good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Peter's Autovlog. Today, we're going to get behind the wheel of this 2016 Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. Now, this might be a new truck, but it is a new driver to me, as I've never got behind the wheel of this second generation V8 Toyota Tundra. Now, before we go on, I want to give a big shout out to Bartow Ford for allowing me some time with this Toyota Tundra. A big thank you to Tim, and I'm going to put all their information and a link to the website in the description below. So, ladies and gentlemen, here we have this 2016 Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. Now, this one here that we have with us, it is a pre-owned one. It's got just about 77,400 miles on it. The asking price for this one here at Bartow Ford's used car dealer is about $36,500, if I'm correct. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen. But pretty cool, Toyota. I've never driven the second generation Toyota, especially with this V8. I've driven the third generation Toyota. So if you want to check out and browse my channel for those three newer Toyota Tundras that I did, I think it was a Platinum, SR5, and a Limited. Check out my channel if you want to see the reviews of those newer Tundras. But the newer Tundras have had a little bit of issue with the V6s and all that, a little bit of reliability. People are kind of all still concerned about that. And of course, this is the older Toyota. The second gen Toyota is a proven vehicle. It's got a 5.7 liter V8 with a 6-speed automatic transmission, proven reliable powertrain. So I want to bring you this truck here just to kind of take a look at it. What was before Toyota offering? This is a fully loaded truck, actually, basically 1782. It's the top trim, and this was only about $50,000. So back then, you can get a truck for $50,000 fully loaded. Today, $50,000 barely get you into a base STX F-150, or even a newer Toyota Tundra 1794. It's going to be, the $20,000-$30,000. But this is a pretty cool truck. As you can see, walking around this truck, we got a chrome grille. Part of that package, we got a bit of a kind of a darker aluminum trim or silver trim here. But you see we got the chrome front bumper. We got halogen headlights and fog lights as well. This is still not the era of any type of LEDs. So we got here some aftermarket these are actually 20-inch fuel wheels. These are up to around 275 millimeter Bridgestone Dueler, was it 8 all-terrain tires. You can see pretty nice wheel package. The original wheels were also 20-inch, but it's got to be more of a chromish look. But this is actually not too bad at all. In terms of the way it looks with the black and the white, looks kind of nice and contrast. So as you can see here, we have the 1794 edition. Really nice the way that is. We got chrome mirror caps, no cameras or anything like that. So we have your chrome running board. That looks really nice. We have your chrome handles as well, the door handles. As you can see, this one here is a Crew Max, not a Crew Cab, as Toyota usually calls them Crew Max. It's a 4-door version with a 5.5-foot bed of this Toyota Tundra, kind of the same size as a Ford F-150. Basically, the competition to it. So you can see coming around the back, really nice. I mean, it's really nice design of what this second generation Toyota Tundra is. You can see we got the door back here. This one, let's go and check out the rear hatch. You can see we got the Toyota name right there. We got a camera that's facing down, and we got no assistance to the door, so you got to grab that door because it's gonna lam down. So here we also do already have a bed protection here. As you can see, a spraying bed liner, but there's basically no lights or nothing like that. We just have hooks. We have basically a little bit of a tether system, as you can see, going around there. All those basically rails, not bad at all. Of course, here you can put about 1,700 pounds, if I'm correct, of payload capacity. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen if I'm a little bit off, but not bad at all for this 5.5 foot bed. Really nice. Of course, if you lift the door up, it's pretty light, as I can see. Pretty easy to put up there. We got no reverse camera, nothing like that, but this whole window does come down as a kind of traditional Toyota of the windows that come down. There's no rear lights, or actually there's a bit of lights there, but no camera or anything like that. This is still pretty old in the day, but look at the Tundra stamped into the door right here. You can see 4x4, and we already have your receiver hitch ready to go with a 4 or 7 pin, and this is towing about 9,500 pounds. I'll put that information for you guys up on the screen, but very nice the way it is. I mean, you see you got the body colored bumpers. We got a bit of a side finders here, as you can see. That's done really nice in body color. We got those fuel wheels with those big tires. Really nice. I mean, I like what Toyota has done to this design of this. It's still a nicer truck. I mean, considering especially this higher end edition, I really like it what Toyota has done. And I mean, it's actually a pretty clean truck considering it's a used truck. As you can see, it's well taken care of. But it does have some PPF on it as well. I see some of that protection here. I see the paint protection film that's on it. So somebody took care of this truck. Somebody traded in. I don't know if it was something new, but overall, a nice looking truck. Coming to this chrome grille, this chrome hood of this Toyota Tundra. Let's go ahead and put this hood up. And thank you, Toyota, for putting some hydraulic assistance to this big heavy hood. Here we have the 5.7 liter normally aspirated V8. This is producing 381 horsepower, 401 pound-feet of torque. This is going through a 6-speed automatic transmission, and of course this has got the 4-wheel drive system where that transmission is putting that power to. Of course, very reliable power plant. Toyota's normal aspirated V8s are pretty reliable and strong. Of course, it's got a pretty strong and bulletproof transmission as well. So this is what Toyota is really known for, reliability. As long as you maintain it pretty decent, even if there's a little bit neglected, this still will go strong and be a good reliable power source, considering of course the new iForce Max or whatever the iForce motors that they have. Obviously they're good motors. Of course Toyota's still working out the kinks, but there have been some pretty decent failures of the new Toyota Tundra motors, the twin turbo V6 with or without the hybrid. So in terms of fuel economy, you're looking at about 13 miles per gallon in the city, 17 highway. So I don't think the new Tundra is that far off, considering that it's supposed to be newer technology, much more fuel efficient. But I think this Toyota still takes over the cake. This V8 doesn't have the torque. I've driven those new Toyota Tundras. They're pretty quick. Obviously I have not driven this one yet out on the road, but I'm sure this has got pretty good pickup, considering it's got almost 400 horsepower. But there we go, guys. Here's the power plant of this Toyota Tundra 1794 edition. There we go. Let's go ahead and check out the interior of this Toyota Tundra. Now, as you can see, this one here has a saddle brown interior, which is basically specific to this 1794 edition. Very nice. I love this saddle brown interior. Look, it looks cool. It's got some wood accents here. As you can see, we got that saddle brown with a kind of white or nice beige stitching. It really looks good. A little bit of softer materials here on the door. Speakers, got plenty of space here for a lot of things. So as you can see, we got your step, Toyota Tundra name right there. We got the Toyota floor mats. That's probably the same 1794 floor mats that come with this truck. Now, as you can see, the seats do kind of fold up as well, so you got plenty of ability in this truck. We also have a center armrest. I really love the way this thing looks. So you see, you got center armrest right there. Really nice the way that is. Now, as I mentioned, the whole window comes down here on this truck, and I apologize if you hear that horn size. Some cars going up. You see, this also has a little bit of suede inserts as well, which really feels fantastic. Let's go ahead, guys, and get inside of this Tundra. So here we are inside of this Toyota Tundra. As you can see, very nice interior, very roomy, about 5'11". I got plenty of space here between the front seat. The seats also set back quite a bit. As a used truck, this is pretty clean. Looks like nobody set up here. Very nice and clean. Very well taken care of truck. Good Lord, all this horn's going off. I apologize, guys. But here we go. A couple of AC outlets, 12-volt connection, and that's it. We have no other things, no USB ports or anything like that, since this is the era where USB ports were still not the thing in cars. not a long shot per se, but there we go, guys. Here's a really nice interior of this Toyota Tundra. As you can see, we got the 7-inch screen right there, the sunroof that this one came with. So this 1792 was a pretty well loaded truck with most of the amenities that you can get in this trucks, but really nice the way it is. Love the color of the saddle brown. And all right, let's go ahead and get to the front. So we got the same saddle brown interior. We got soft touch materials here. We got a bit of wood trim right there. Really looks nice. We got the controls for your windows. And of course, you got a couple of memory seatings right there for your seats. A lot of spaces to put your cup holders and your waters and all that stuff. Really nice the way it is. We got a 12-way adjustable power seats, if I'm correct, on this Toyota Tundra. It's a little bit of wear here, as you can see there, on this 77,000 mile Toyota Tundra, but it's basically 8 years old, so it's not too bad considering the age of this truck. A little bit of inserts as well, and of course a bit of Alcantara inserts right there on the Toyota. See, we got the stitch right there on that. Really nice the way that sits. Really love the way this interior. I love the subtle brown interiors. Really look good. Sunroof, as I mentioned before. And you can see here we got the steering wheel with some wood. Kind of looks like a Lexus that, you know, kind of did that. You can see we got a bit of aluminum trim. Also some more wood here, more subtle brown, and of course the trim. This is actually pretty hard, not too bad. Analog instrumentation. Here we got controls for your mirrors. We got doors and all kinds of things here for your lights, and we got sensors and all that kind of stuff. And we have a brake pedal or a pedal, an emergency brake or parking brake there as well, as you can see. But there we go, guys. Here's the interior of this Toyota Tundra. Let's go ahead and drop inside. Love that interior. It looks really nice and modern. We got the sunroof, brings a little more light in. We got a 7-inch screen here, and not much of a stuff other than that. Let's go ahead, guys, and start off this Toyota Tundra. It's a little hot today. Let's go ahead and grab the key, because this is actually old school. Grab the key, and we gotta insert our key there and get this Toyota engine started. So now that we got the air running, it feels pretty nice inside here, a little bit better. As you can see, guys, pretty simple interior. Still back in this, you know, 2016 was still more of a simple. We got a 7-inch screen here, no Apple CarPlay if I'm correct, no Android Auto at the time. I think it does have Bluetooth if I'm correct, and an auxiliary cable as well. You do have a USB port and an auxiliary down here as in a 12 volt, but that's about it in terms of that. We got just a little more space for storing things, a little more storage here, cup holders, 6-speed automatic transmission. Here we have a 1794 stamp here, as you can see here on the subtle brown center console. If we open this up, we got the original sticker. We'll look at it in just a few moments, but as you can see, we got lots of space here, and we only have a 12 volt connection right there. On this side, we got lower glove box with plenty of space. You can see we got some more of that stitching and leather here on the dash with a bit of aluminum. Nice the way this AC vents are done. A little more storage space right here, as you can see, with a little pad. Of course, as I mentioned, your 7-inch screen. We have home, we have apps. I do believe we do have also navigation as well. As you can see there, we got your hazard buttons. The stereo here, we're supposed to get a upgraded JBL system, which sounds pretty decent, to be honest. Not too bad at all for the stereo system. Overall, guys, you can see you got all kinds of buttons for the AC. We also have heated and ventilated seats as well. So I'm going to go ahead and get those seat ventilation going, because it is quite warm today. I'm going to put it on, there's 3 levels of ventilation. We're going to put it on at least level 1. All your big controls here for your AC. Here we have controls for your 4x4. We got 4 auto, 4 low, as you can see there, controls for that. We got the big volume control right here. And there we go. I guess we got your tune button right there. Pretty intuitive, you know, pretty simple, you know, considering data wasn't the best in this time for entertainment systems. But there we go, guys. Pretty much the interior of this Toyota Tundra. Coming here to the instrumentation, as you can see, we got the leather carbon steel, which feels really nice. The leather feels nice. We got, of course, controls here for the center stack control, basically your cruise control, and actually telephone control, and it's controls for your 3.5-inch screen. Of course, analog gauges, tach, and speedometer. We do have a power tilting and telescoping steering wheel. If I didn't mention that, as you can see, that pretty good, nice, and really nice that you have that. So really nice, guys. There we go, guys. Here's the interior of this Toyota Tundra. Up here, guys, just controls for your sunroof, basically, and that's about it. We do have a little bit of a space here for your sunglasses, controls for your lights, and that's about it, guys. This is pretty much a simple interior to this Toyota Tundra. Of course, back in the day, things were more simpler, not as much screen, not as much kind of great stuff. But overall, still a very nice interior, and I love the subtle brown. This is actually still well taken care of truck, considering the mileage and the age. All right, before we close the door, let's go ahead and try to hear this normally aspirated V8. It does sound nice, this V8. You hear it. Nice and responsive V8. Let's go ahead and put on our seatbelts and head out for a drive and see how this Toyota Tundra does. So one cool thing that I found in this Toyota, I always try to search for the original sticker, and I did find it this time on this truck. So let's go ahead and take a look at this original sticker of this Toyota Tundra. I don't know if the camera's going to capture it, guys. I did take a picture. I might put it up on the screen for you guys a little bit better. But this one here, as you can see, Toyota Tundra 4x4 1794 Crew Max Edition, 1317 highway. As you can see, all the things that come with this truck here. The option on this one were color keyed fender flares, which $679. The paint protection film that it has, which is $598. Southwest Toyota Distributor Plus for $500 for that. So total price of this Toyota Tundra was $51,951 for this Toyota Tundra. This is a top of the line Tundra, so there's no way in heck you can get a fully loaded truck new nowadays, especially for 50 grand. 50 grand might get you a base SR5 Tacoma now, but wow, that's pretty impressive how things have changed. Really cool. Let me drop the AC vents a little bit, but you can tell how, you know, how prices have changed. So it's not, you know, considering they're asking 37 for this one, yeah, it might be a little high, but there's not a lot of these trucks, and this is the first one I've seen, especially a 1794. I've never been in one before. I've never actually seen one, or probably the auto shows a long time ago, but this is a very nice looking truck. Let's go ahead, guys, and go out for a drive. All right, let's go ahead and let's try a reverse camera real quick. As you can see, we got pretty decent graphics for 2016. Traction dyno move, and I don't think there's any sensors at all back there, if I'm correct, even for this higher end trim, even back in the day. But at least you get a reverse camera, and it's not too bad at all in graphics. And let's check out how this Toyota Tundra drives. As you can see, we got a little console for your phone. We got that 17. It's pretty cool. I do love the subtle brown interior. You'll see that I have my personal car with this subtle brown interior too. We'll see that soon in the channel. But you know, is this Toyota Tundra worth, you know, getting used? Obviously, it's a reliable truck. As you can see, the mileage on it, it's 76,353 miles on it. So it's not a ton of mileage for a Toyota, since most of these motors can go a quarter of a million miles with not much, you know, just good maintenance and keeping it. So yeah, obviously I can tell, you know, obviously you can tell the interior is, you know, compared to the newest and latest of Ford and, you know, whatnot, it is dated. I mean, that's just a sure, but still a good working truck. But I'm sure this thing will be much more reliable in the long term. So this is the first time I'm ever driving behind, or actually driving a second generation Toyota Tundra, especially with this V8 in a 1794 edition. And the brakes do need a little bit more push than usual. There's something inside the glove box that's making noise, guys. I apologize. But let's see how this Toyota goes. That smooth shift, that shift there. Wow, no, pretty nice smooth shifting transmission. The engine's got good power. I mean, it's no EcoBoost or anything like that compared to the turbocharged stuff, or compared to the new Tundra, that's pretty quick. But overall, I like this. I mean, it just feels like an older truck, but the steering is pretty light and pretty much non-existent feeling. But it does, you know, there's a bit of wind noise. Engine is pretty quiet. All the windows are closed. Now here coming to the straight. Yeah, this thing does feel a little bit wavy, but yeah, it's got the smooth ride so far. It's got 20-inch wheels, 275mm Bridgestone dual tires, which are making pretty much not much noise. Just more noise from the engine, a bit of wind noise so far. But considering this is a higher end Toyota Tundra from the back then, it's actually pretty nice. Let's check out the brakes. Yeah, the brakes have a little bit more to be desired, but that's just the way it is with this Toyota. Even though I think this has even got the 4-piston calipers up front, but the pads may not be up to date, or needs newer, more aggressive pads. Now, of course, this has some sort of Toyota, you know, Toyota Sense safety. Not a ton, if I'm correct. There's not a lot of technology or anything like that in terms of, you know, rear blind spot, all that kind of. It does have blind spot detection, I can tell by the mirrors, and they are probably heated too. And they're going, they're not going. All right, let's go ahead and go. Now hold back just a little bit here and give it a little of gas. There she goes. She's got some power, not crazy, but she moves okay. Yeah, I mean, the power plant, obviously we got 381 horsepower. You know, it's not an old truck per se. The engine's tired, but it does get up to speed pretty decently. It's a nice, you know, smooth revving truck. But the transmission is very smooth. The shifts, you can barely feel them. Overall, the ride is, you know, it's top, but it's smooth, not very truck-like. You know, it's compared to the new F-150s, yeah, it's still pretty down. You know, that's newer technology, but it doesn't ride bad. The truck feels big, but you know, the steering does feel a little bit vague, not much of a feeling, and that's kind of pointed where you wanted it to go. But overall, I mean, that's actually not bad. Actually, I'm actually feeling a little bit better than I thought it would. Still a Toyota, still a reliable truck. That's what people want. You know, you can run these things a lot. So, you know, go out to the site. You have 4x4 available. So, a lot of things you can do with this truck. And this is a nice truck. I mean, consider the interior. You got heated, cool seats. heated steering wheel. I think it's got heated steering wheel if I'm correct. Yeah, I mean, it's for the price, for $38,000. I mean, $38,000 will buy you a pretty decent, you know, new Ranger, the price range as well of a higher end Maverick. But here you get a full-size truck, you know, with 4x4 with a V8, nice interior, pretty much good amenities. And surprising that, you know, most of these trucks, I don't know how much is a new 1794, but it's gotta be at least in the higher 60s, if not 80, you know, $70,000 range. But let me know what you guys think of this Toyota Tundra. I like it. I'm glad the car wasn't coming behind us, because we got no plate, although the plate's somewhere in my bag. But awesome truck. I like it. I mean, it's an older truck, but yeah, sorry guys, there's a lot of stuff all over the place that, you know, it's not secured. Oh man, this thing's big. Come on, girl, got a little more power there. Yeah, the rev does take a little bit more forever to kind of rev out, but it's not a bad driving experience overall. But it's a very smooth power plant overall. I like the way it feels. It doesn't feel like, you know, vibrating or very, this, you know, feels like it's got plenty of power for this engine, to be honest. So let me know what you guys think of this 2016 or this second generation Toyota. This was built up to 2021, if I'm correct. I'll correct that, guys, if I'm not, if I missed the date, but that's how much they ran this Toyota Tundras. Of course, the new one came in. If you want to check out some of my newer reviews of the newer Tundras, check out my channel, review my channel, and let's go straight to the guys getting in that terrain. But hope you guys have been enjoying this so far. It's for $36,000. I don't think it's a bad truck. You definitely get reliability, not much in terms of gas mileage, because this thing's gotta be pretty much in the 13s, lower 10s in fuel mileage. But it looks nice. It does pull, have plenty of tow abilities. You got plenty of payload capabilities. I think that's it. But alright guys, in conclusion, yes, I would definitely consider something like this. You know, for mid-30s, it's not too bad at all. If it was in the lower 30s, you can probably have a really good truck, considering the amount of amenities this has for this year, especially that it's a top-end tier truck for this Tundra. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching. I hope you guys been enjoying it so far. If you've made it this far into the video, really appreciated it. Leave me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't done it, so guys, so you guys can check out the latest reviews I put up. I really appreciate everyone watching, and let's go ahead and check out that reverse camera one more time. That's not bad. I mean, the graphics are pretty decently clear, especially if you're gonna tow something, but overall not too bad for this Toyota Tundra. So there we go, guys. 2016 Toyota Tundra, 77,000 miles, $36,000. Let me know what you think. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Take care. Bye bye.